Hey, before I kick off the podcast, I just want to shout out Next Door Clothing. Next Door, a clothing brand based out of Bondi in Sydney. They're making really nice jeans and shirts and hats. So go and check out their full range at nextdoorsydney.com. They're also artists, so you can go and check out a range of art. They put on rad parties, and I love what they're doing. So nextdoorsydney.com for the full range. Hey, it's Shan here. Welcome back to another year of the podcast, and wow, what a way to start. This week I speak with Wayne Cleveland. Wayne can best be described as an iconic local from the area of Sydney known as Maroubra. He's a surfer, big wave surfer, loves chasing the big waves, and he goes into detail about his life so far, and wow, what a unique life the guy has led. Wayne openly shares the time and the period of time of his life where he was smuggling cocaine from LA to Sydney, and wow, it's intense. He goes into the process of it and the lifestyle that he was leading around that time in his life, which ultimately culminated in his house being raided by the federal police, being arrested in front of his children, and being sentenced to what they call a 10 and 6, which is 10 years behind bars and 6 years of parole on top of that. Basically, I see his story as one of redemption, and I think what I really learned from this episode was that it's never too late to restart. And you're not defined by your past. That's what I really took away from this. And, you know, I think Wayne's story really highlights that. Wayne, you know, he shares openly and honestly like very few. When I first met him, he's like, Shan, I'm going to be so raw. You know, don't have to edit anything out. And, you know, I've got no skeletons in the closet. You know, I'm just going to be open and upfront. You know, that's how I want to live. And that's what he does. And it's an inspiration, actually, and I thoroughly enjoyed hanging out with him. He tells a good story. He's very engaging, and he's funny too, man, and I just loved it. So a big shout-out to our mutual friend Peter Barmer for connecting us. Pete also shot some photos and some videos. And, yeah, enjoy. As always, this episode is dedicated to my children. And I hope that one day they go back and listen to this episode and, you know, find some inspiration or some, you know, life lessons from the story of Mr. Wayne Cleveland. So enjoy. Terrible Happy Talks. Terrible Happy Talks.
Yeah, good to meet you, man. Whoa. Dude, I'm
Go. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, so no ciggies at all.
Nothing.
Not even a beer.
Not even one beer.
Really?
Hey, this is, trust me, they were fucking waiting up, lining up when I got out for me to fall. There would have been people lining up out the door.
What do you mean?
Or just waiting for you to fail. But
Yeah.
you watch, mate, he'll fucking start partying again. He'll be drinking, he'll be smoking, he'll be rooting Sheilas on the side. Oh, 100%.
Did you stop drinking in jail? Is that when you got sober?
No, I got sober before I went to jail.
Did you?
Yeah, I went to a rehab down in Adelaide.
All right.
It was called GATS. And so I went down there first, and then I got clean, and then as soon as I got out, 3 days later, I flew to America with the kids. I took them to Disneyland and everything like that. So this was already planned before I went to rehab. And I remember having like this last party. I remember taking the young bloke to jiu-jitsu. I bumped into a couple of mates, had a few beers at the Coogee Bay Hotel. Went and picked him up. We went straight to bowling at Fox Studios, and then I had a few beers, and I bumped into another couple of blokes, and we kind of kicked off. I just remember coming home that night, and I just went, I'm fucking done. I'd had enough.
Really?
Mate,
didn't have to go to a rehab or anything like that?
No. I had a few lines, obviously, and I come home. It was about midnight, 12:30, and I was drained. I was tired from being tired. You know what I mean? It sucked me out. Look, don't get me wrong, I'd gone to rehabs before, but I'd got pushed to rehabs. You need to go to rehab. You need this. You need that. So I was like, so when I did these things, I did them for other people. I didn't, you know what I mean? I
Getting like drinking and partying.
Yeah, and snorting and partying. So I was doing it because other people were telling me that I needed to do this. But then at that stage when I actually went and done it, I wanted it. Like, I wanted it. So when I went down to there, I come out and stuff. I knew I'd had enough. Like I just knew. I did the 6 weeks. I went over. I bumped into Brucey Hines. All the boys were all over there. Everyone was partying because the Huntington contest was on.
So you're in California.
Yep.
When you stopped using drugs and alcohol.
Mate, so
during the US Open.
Yeah, during the US Open.
No way.
Yeah, so I go to rehab. I get out of rehab, right? So I'm clean. It's first trip. Because I'd already booked to go overseas with the kids and everything. So we went straight over there, and my partner at the time, obviously, she was a bit worried. All the boys were there and stuff like that, and you know, we bumped into them. We were having dinners and that, and they're all on the drink and having a little party here and there. And my missus at the time, I could see the look on her eye. I didn't have the urge. It made me fucking sick.
Interesting.
It made me, mate. I'd had enough.
It just clicked.
I had enough, and so I hung with all the boys and stuff, and watched them surf, and Andy, all the boys, and seen everybody there, and I just took my kids on like a 4-week holiday. But in saying that, I was over there organising the load too, wasn't I? Just a fucking hypocrite. Let's be honest.
Well, let's clarify that. When you say organising the load, can you break that down for us?
I was organising a few kilos to come back to Australia.
What does that process look like on a practical level from start to finish?
Okay, so got to go over there. I see my boys who I've seen from day one because I used to live in the States. So I was there for 2 days after my 18th birthday. I went there and I stayed there for literally 5 years straight. I come back for my 21st. I was here for like dead set, I reckon, a week. I just went, fuck, I had enough, went back over. I was just having too much fun. Mexico, through to Europe and everything. So anyway, so I met these people and so I'd see them, so listen, we need this and that. And at this stage, when I went back there this time, one of the blokes had been pinched. So I was trying to organise another crew to get stock. So when I got there, when I got there, I was trying to see a couple of heads who I knew because I knew so many people. I'm trying to organise some stock. Well, I organised it. I found someone, one of the boys, found him, got it all organised, finished my holiday. So when I come back, I sent a friend of mine over there. So he went over there to grab 2.5 kilos. Well, I can talk about this so it's not like it's I'm saying anything that nobody knows. It's in the paper, mate. There was a show, the AFP on me, and they did like a 45-minute show and shit, you know what I mean? So it's all there. And so my mate goes over there, grabs the load, sees my mate, gets the load, comes back, then comes through the airport, mate, and at that stage, we'd already been off for 2.5 years, mate. They've been following us for 2.5 years everywhere.
And if you don't mind me asking, was it this process occurring over the course of 2.5 years or longer?
Well, what happened was, because we lost a couple of loads, like we'd lost a load.
In the process?
In the process. So I lost a load, then I got a load through.
Dude, I've got to know, like, when we say a load, can we talk size of the load? You might.
Well,
I'm just curious.
No. So the first load they got was 11.9 kilos. Yeah, but let's be honest, mate, in fucking Sydney, that's not even a weekend out, is it, these days? Mate, everyone's on that shit, you know what I mean? Oh, you're nearly 12 kilos. That's why I used to joke with the boys who was inside. At the end, they charged me for like 20 kilos, and I just said, mate, I was fucking 20 kilos. I said, that was a fucking weekend out in Sydney. Yeah.
Damn, I didn't party like that.
Sydney-siders seem to do, you know what I mean? So
man, and you organised for someone to come over.
Yep.
And then go from LA back to Sydney.
Yeah, from LA to Sydney.
In terms of that process, are you, I guess, doing the processing of strapping it to the person?
No, because
are we allowed to talk about?
Yeah. We're allowed to talk about it because, like, mate, like I said, they've got there's not one person they didn't miss. Trust me, they got the guy from changing money, they got the guy carrying money over, got the mules, they got every single person that was involved in my network.
But how? Like they're tapping phones?
Mate, they're tapping phones, mate. They fucking followed us every day, man. When I got pinched, they said they had on me 17 people every day.
But like, fuck.
So I
must have been paranoid a lot.
Oh, mate, paranoid wasn't the word. And then I'm partying on top of it. So can you imagine that? That makes you paranoid as it is at times. And then you're fucking high as a kite. You're peeking out windows, fucking looking for shadows under doors. It was horrible. That's why I said I'd had enough. That's how draining it got on me. You know what I mean? So when you're doing that, you're paranoid as it is, right? What you do, that job that you're doing, and then you're throwing in some fucking enhancements, and then it's just next level, you know. And it tired me. It tired me. So that's why I put myself in the rehab.
Did you ever think that you wanted an exit strategy? We'll do this X amount of times, and then we're calling it quits. Like we've done what we wanted to do. We've made some money. You never seen an end goal?
Fuck no. Mate, what are you going to take to fix a brand new tyre on your car? If it ain't broken, you're not fixing it.
You were just going to
keep on going, man. I did what I did for 16 years.
So it was only going to end one way, really.
Yeah, fuck, 100%. No fairy tale endings in this game, or that game anyway. You know, it's as simple as that. You know, look, how many people do you know they get in and have a little dabble and get out? Look, I know one person. I really do know one person who did one thing. He did one run by himself. Everything was by himself. He sold it in little small bits. What he did was he paid for his unit, bought a new car with all tools, and he's just a worker. Never done a thing ever since. That's the only time I know of somebody that did anything and just got in and got out. That was it.
Wow.
Yeah, I've got addictive personality. So for me to go down and have one beer at the pub, there's so many of us. You know what I mean, Shannon? There's so many of us. It's like in general, in all honesty, like if I said that, I really did mean one or two, but I didn't have it in me. So now it's been 13 and a half years. There's one drop about it. Nothing, right? Nothing. So,
dude, I can tell because here's a compliment. You look amazing. Like you look so healthy.
Yeah.
You know, and just strong. And I think that's just a product of good living, you know.
Mate, I swear to God, I look younger now than when I went in.
Interesting,
have a look at the photos when I went in.
How do you feel? And you're feeling better too.
Oh, are you serious? I wake up jumping out of bed.
Yeah, wow.
You know, like you have a look at those photos. I'm taxed, mate. I haven't got the colour in my skin. Even though I'd stopped partying for, say, 3 months. But when you party like you did for, say 20 odd years, right? It doesn't just go out of your system. It takes time, and over time, and then you're drinking fresh water. Like my biggest drink is the lemon lime bitters.
Yeah.
Like
you don't ever feel like curious or compelled to maybe, you know, have another little.
It doesn't work for me.
Okay.
That doesn't work for me. That chapter is so closed. Like perfect example, right? There's one Sunday morning, and I get a phone call 8:30 in the morning. It's Dylan Longbottom. Wayno.
Love Dylan.
Yeah, he's the best. He's the best. He goes, Wayno. He goes, I forgot to call your late call. Shippies is on. It's on. I went, what? Mate, this is no word of a lie. He goes, the flight's at 11:30. It's 8:30 in the morning. He goes, mate, we want you to come. I'm going, mate, it's 8:30. Can you picture any other time, right? Honestly, any other time, mate? I'm still bending, man. I don't answer those calls.
Yeah.
These are the things that happen now when you've got so much clarity. People want to be around you. You know, that you're not terrorising them and stuff and ringing up going, fucking, where's that 8-ball? You know, just shit like that. I'll fucking terrorise. It's, you know.
If you don't mind me asking, you know, going back to that time in your life, was violence just a natural byproduct of living that lifestyle?
It is.
Why?
Well, you got a reputation to uphold, haven't you, really? You know what I mean? he's ruthless and this and that. Mate, if you're a fucking soft drug dealer, mate, people are going to walk over and take your shit, fucking kick your door in, mate. Just take. What are you going to do? So you have to have mongrel in you. You got to have mongrel.
Like dog eat dog world.
Yeah, it's a dog eat dog world, mate. It's vicious, mate. That's why I like to sit on the outside, mate. I sleep good at 8-10 hours of sleep good, mate. Put my feet up, not pooping out windows. Got nothing to worry about.
Getting sober before you went to prison, do you think that made your time in prison initially bearable?
Because I was clear and present. So I knew what was going down. I didn't come in fucking seedy, hungover. Like, you got guys coming in who have just taken a bottle of Xannies and shit. They've broken into 10 houses and 5 stores or whatever it may be. They wake up a week, 2 weeks later, they've kind of come good. Like, what the fuck am I? I didn't have that when they got me. I knew they got me.
And then they had to detox in prison.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you got to detox, yeah.
But still, like, you went in sober. Like, that's raw in itself because you, like you said, you are aware of exactly what's going on and you had to just fully sit in that pain and anguish, dude. Because I'm guessing it would have been fucking terrifying.
You know what you are? You're numb.
You went numb.
Well, you're numb. But you're not expecting fucking 50 Freds to come marching through your door, even though you're doing the wrong thing and you know it. You're not expecting 50 people to come marching through, just upended and gone within 30 minutes out of your house, mate, ripped away from your kids. You're numb. Yeah. And then you're in. You got plenty of time to think.
Do you mind sharing that day you got pinched and raided?
Yeah, look. I'd got a text message early in the morning from the guy who went over and collected the load. And he's like, all good. You know what I mean? I was on this little burner. Mate, I only use it.
And a burner is a phone that you can throw away, correct?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, but I did that like $29 back then. So I looked at it. I always just use a burner for every trip. I never keep it. I go, yep, done, boom. I go, yep, we're good. We know what the process is after he comes through. Like, so I don't even go near nothing. You know what I mean? So everyone had their station say. So they knew, yep, I'd text them. So my text was, we're having a barbecue. So everybody knew where to be and what time to be there. Because it was the same process and we had done it for, nearly 16 years, you see. So everybody knew.
So you had it down to a fine art.
Oh, yeah. So that's why I got 16 with a 10. Because I was the coordinator. So they called me principal. It's like you're running the school, the principal of the school. So you're running everybody, you know. So and then the next guy under me got 6.5, and then they've got 5s. And then there was 4 guys got 4, some guys got 3, other guys got 2, some got 18 months, and then some got like suspended sentences and stuff.
So 16 years, 10 years in jail, 6 years parole.
Yep.
Wow, man.
Yeah. Wow. Mate, look, fuck, it is what it is. What do you do? You know, you're in jail and you're this and that and fucking carrying on. Like, mate, that's what I said to somebody that carried on. I go, mate, didn't you get the criminal brochure? They go, what do you mean? I said, when you do something wrong, you go to jail, you fucking idiot. Like, seriously. You know what I mean? It's like, what do you expect to do when you do wrong into a sword? That's what happens. You know, so you gotta be a realist at the same time too. You do.
Yeah. So that day you got a text message. Someone sent you. It's all good.
It's all good. And then so the kids came from upstairs. I'm sitting there and I've got all I'm making juice. And because I lived on a slanted hill, and so my house was on the other side, so you had to come down. And the house was all like windows. I just seen them filing down like ants, mate. I was just filing down. Like an ant's nest had been burst open and these little fuckers come running out everywhere.
Those like special police and stuff? Like
yeah, they're all...
AFP?
Yeah, the AFP. It was all AFP and stuff, you know, and then they bang, bang on the door and shit, open the door and, you know, so they came in and they grabbed me and stuff and, yeah, Wayne Cleveland. I said, yeah, mate, yeah.
Didn't they like kick the door in and stuff like that?
Well, because I've had gun charges before, they could have done that, but they knew I had the kids there and they knew that I didn't have any firearms and stuff because they'd been watching me for so long and you know what I mean. So I wasn't real threatening, you know. So they said that to me. So we could have kicked your door in, you know. I said, yeah, I know. From, you know, I think it was in 1998, some gun charges and stuff, you know. So and then you know, they grabbed me, took me outside. The kids went out the front. I went out the back and they said, well, where's the warrant? Well, I want to see the warrant. They said, listen, we don't need a warrant, rah. I said, listen, I don't give a fuck, I want the warrant. Like, you know, what's all this about? And they said, I was just playing dumb, mate. It was so funny. They go, I said, where's the warrant? I said, what's all this about? I said, mate, you know what it's about. And I went out there, they bring the warrant out, and this is dead set. I go to the bloke. There was a chick caught in there. She was she went out with that bloody singer, Stevie Nicks, the bloke, Nicks, from, is it Motley Crue or what's his?
Oh, yeah.
What's, you know that? Oh,
Nicky Six.
Nicky Six.
Nicky Six.
Yeah.
Full glam rock dude.
Yeah. Him, yeah. So she had a couple of kids to him, and she was like an ex-Playboy model and stuff, and her name was Brandy. I go, who the fuck's Brandy? And this is how they got me down to a T. This is when I knew I was gone, like proper gone.
No idea.
So they said, who's Brandy? I go, who's Brandy? He goes, mate, he goes, on March 13th in 2007, you went to room 219 or 217 was. You were there for 13 minutes. Mate, this is 2.5 years later. This is 2.5 years later,
Fully
right?
building a case.
Mate, I dead set, and I was smoking cigarettes back then, you know. I'm having a ciggy, and the guy, his name was Hines, Hines, or something, Hines. Greg Hines, something. He was the leading AFP. He just rattled off this shit. And, mate, I tell you, my ass just puckered, you know, just went from a fucking 5 cent to a 50 cent. I was like, I just went, I'm fucked.
Compare that fear to the fear of surfing Cape Solander on a big day.
Well, you know what it is Cape can kill you. That's the thing, mate. Cape is just a raw natural beast. See, here, when they get you, you don't know what you're looking at. See, that's why I say you're numb, because you don't know what you're installed for. Until you actually get sentenced and you know you're doing fucking 10 years on the bottom, 16, and with 6 years parole, 16 on top, that's when you kind of, when I got that sentence, I come back and all the boys, I was at the Long Bay and all the boys are screaming out, mate, what happened, Wayno, what happened? I said, oh, mate, 16 with a 10. Everyone was just like, fuck, are you serious? I said, they had a hard on for me, hard, like proper hard.
So the initial phase, just a lot of confusion.
Yep.
So are you locked up in that phase, just, you know, sitting in jail cells, just going, okay, what's happening next? And probably like talking to lawyers a lot, trying to gauge what's happening, things like that?
Exactly. That's exactly what you are doing.
And how long does that process take?
About 2 years.
So 2 years of sitting in jail cells, just not knowing?
Yep.
Right. Okay. So you didn't get a bail?
I went for bail and they knocked me back, because what happened was, at this stage, they'd only charged me with one import. Right. So when I went for bail, the judge said, he goes, there's more charges pending. So I'm sitting in the, like on screen, you know, so I'm at Silverwater and they've got me on screen. I'm going, more charges. And you know what you've done. Like, you don't know what I've done, Sean. I know what I've done. So I'm sitting there just going, oh, mate, I'm gone.
So are you like a Rolodex in your mind going, okay, so this.
You know what? This is dead set. I said to her, mate, I'll be doing 10. They said, no, I don't think it's going to. I said, mate, I swear on my life. I swear, hand on my heart, I told him, I said, mate, I'll be doing 10. I said, these guys have got it in for me so hardcore. I said, I'll be doing 10. And what did I get? 10. I looked at every single one of the boys, I said, I fucking told you I'd be doing 10.
Here's a question for you. How much of it do you think them wanting to get you so bad was linked to your reputation as being a bra boy at the time? Like, because it was quite predominant in the media around, late 90s, early 2000s?
Yes.
Do you think there was some stigma associated with that in relation to the police's motivation?
Look, I think there was a little bit, but when I was very cocky and arrogant, because I knew they were following me at stages. You know, so I got my little kids sticking their finger up at them and that, and just being cocky in the pub and just yeah.
I shouldn't laugh, but it's kind of funny.
But the arrogance, that was the arrogance of me, and that all played out when I got sentenced. Like, all that shit, the judge was going, mate, like, not only did I go for one import, I went for a second, then I went for a third. Like, it was just showing pure arrogance on my behalf that I really did not care one bit, you know.
Why? Why didn't you care? Like, why, looking back, where did that bravado come from? Why did you feel so confident in yourself?
I just, you know what, even the last run, I knew I was off. If you watch the video on the AFP, I'm talking to my co-defendant, right? This is what's coming out of my mouth. This is exactly it, right? So they've got a boom mic on me because I meet him about 5 o'clock in the morning. So there's no cars, there's no traffic. And I used to do real early meets because, so you could see if you were followed. Like, but little did I know, they were across the road from the Oval, boom mic'd me, and I'm saying to my car, I said, mate, we're fucking red hot. I said, they're all over us like a rash. I said, but fuck them, let's go for another run. Like, is that not arrogance? Like, seriously, that's you know, do you call it arrogance or do you call it stupidity? Like,
it's definitely unique. I'm just so curious by that mentality. I don't think a lot of people possess it.
Yeah. And they got every word I was saying too. They got so when you watch this show, the writing comes up and you see me talking like that, and they're videoing me from down at East Garden. So they've got a video facing right at me, and they've got the boom mic coming from like my right.
Wow.
And just the arrogance, mate. It was just arrogant stupidity. What do you want to call it? You know. And
what do you wish you could go back and say to Wayne Cleveland of that day? Now that you're older and wiser, what would you say to him?
Look, I don't live life in regret. See, you can't shoulda, coulda, woulda. You can't go, oh, well, I shoulda, coulda. You can't do that to yourself because you live a flustered life if you do that. You get so flustered. Just fucking be you. I owned it. I've always owned it from day one. I've never expected pity from anybody. But, you know, obviously you don't want people to go down your path, and that's why I talk to the kids. But I can't say, oh, what could you have changed? And what did this? And then this conversation happened the other day, and this brought up by my dad. He goes, mate, son, if that didn't happen, you'd probably be doing it. I said, of course I would, Dad.
You'd probably be what, sorry?
Still doing it. Because it wasn't broken. And I had that mentality. You know what I mean? I had these little things that made my kinetic wheels turn differently now. So if I didn't, mate, like I said to you earlier, mate, I'm not going to go and change fucking brand new tyres on a car when they're not broken. They're not blowing out. So when am I going to change something that's not broken?
Yeah.
That was my mentality.
Do you kind of see it as a gift in disguise now?
Yeah, mate, you know what?
Because there's another way it could have went.
Oh.
And that's
100%,
6 foot under, right?
100%. Not only that, do you know the cleansing it done with me, with the people around me? Like my parents fucking stealing $2 million a house, fucking took $200,000. Oh yeah, just pieces of shit.
Parents?
Fucking my own mum and her partner.
Can I pry a little bit in terms of how do they even acquire that kind of stuff?
Well, because of
what went to jail.
Yeah, because and the house. Okay, so when I had the houses were my houses. Like they didn't. Well, the shorty, he worked at a house for the Garbos. What's he making a week back then? You know what I mean? What, 900, 1,000? I got a big house on top of the hill. Got a house at a Mascot. Got a unit down there. But you know what I'm saying? So what I did was I put it in these names. So if anything was to happen, they couldn't take the lot. But they took but it didn't matter anyway. Because I had this fucking pieces of shit mum and a stepdad that just fucking took everything.
Man.
Everything, mate.
Is it just pure greed?
Pure greed. What about this one?
You would have seen a lot of greed in your time, right?
Mate, I seen it because I was making so much money. I didn't care what was really going on. Fuck it. You know, I was just rolling with it because I was doing me. You know, I had the kids too, but I was still just whatever. But when you're in there and you see the green-eyed monster come out, mate, it's heavy. This is how bad it got, right? So I make a deal when you go into the Crimes Commission, right? So they get you. So I made a deal, right? And I go. And they come up and your lawyers talk to them. So you don't talk to them. So your lawyers talk to them. I said, look, mate, I said, I'll give them one house and let me keep the other house, right, you know. And they said, okay, that's a fair deal. So I gave them the better house because I knew they'd go for the most, right? So I gave them the better house that was on top of the beach, you know, which my partner at the time was living in, my kids. So I thought I was going to, you know, I'm doing the right thing. So I say to my mum, I said, look, I'm going to give them the better house. And then we'll sell the Mascot house. I'm not going to kick you out. I said, we'll just say you sell it for $2 million, right? You know, you get $1 million, they get $1 million. They can buy a little place until we get out. And I start, you know, just we all start working and just living normal lives, you know. And yeah, son, that's fine, you know. That's probably the best way to do it. And yeah. So the agreement goes on. I go back. They take me back. Solicitors go up there and said, you know, we agree. Like Cleveland said, you want, and the Crimes Commission, because they're hard fucks. You know what I mean? And they go, all right, sweet, we'll do that. You know, we'll take this property at Maroubra, and it's worth a lot more than the one at Mascot, rah. So what happens is, because everyone's name was on it, like her partner Shorty and my mum Diane and me, we're on it. So what happens is, I've got to go to the Crime Commission on a Thursday. So at the beginning of the week, they go down. So they go on a Monday. Excuse me. So they go down on the Monday to sign the papers at the Crimes Commission with their legal team. Yeah, you know, this is the agreement. So the next day, I get a welfare call. So I go over and make a welfare call, and I go, how'd you go? Mum, yeah, she goes, everything's signed and this and that. And she goes, listen, son, this is dead set. She goes, listen, son. She says, we've had a change of plans. We're not selling the Mascot house now, right? And she goes, you better tell, my partner, ex-partner was Mel, you better tell Mel to go down to, like the Housing Commission people and get a place. I said, what the fuck are you saying? And she goes, we've had a change of plans. She goes, we've already signed the papers. She goes, so we're not selling the house now, so you better... So she was willing to let her grandkids grow up in the houses, like where we grew up, right? This is dead set. Yeah, and keep the fucking money and keep the house. Wow. Yes. This is what I'm saying. Everyone sees this glorious part, but, mate, not only do you do the 10 years, the things pile up. This happens, then that happens, mate. It was never end. At the end, I was going, mate, does this ever end? Well, it never ends.
In terms of the drama?
The drama, just with your own family. Like, it was just insane. So anyway, and so I said, you're fucking kidding and this and that. And the lady's like to me, oh, calm down and that. And she goes, yeah, son, change your plans, rah, bridge it up and that over the phone and that. I just went, yeah, fuck you. I've never, ever spoken a word to that cunt fucking ever again, right? So what do I do? Thursday, I've got to go down because today, it was Tuesday now. So they've signed the papers yesterday. So Thursday, I'll go to the Crimes Commission, right? And the legals go, you ready to sign the paper? I said, nah. So what I do is I renege on the deal. And you know what the Crimes Commission turn around and go, fuck you, you little prick. These are exact words. Fuck you, you little prick. We're taking everything. And I said, you can fucking have it all.
That's what they said.
That's what they said because it was my deal. And then now I've reneged on it. So and they go, fuck you, you little prick. We're taking everything. I said, fucking take it all. So what happens? It's gold. It's gold because what I did was I fucked them now because I wouldn't sign the paper. So now they're doing is they're taking the Mascot house and the Maroubra house. So everyone's losing everything. And I should have seen the waterworks from the mum apparently when they went in to talk to my legal team. She's there sobbing and her fucking grub of a partner, Shorties, they're all sobbing and crying. I'm sitting there going, fuck yes, fucking take it all. I don't give a fuck, you know. And they were just hurting, mate. And then they're trying to come to, can we come to some agreement? I said, mate, the agreement was already made. You've agreed to it too. And now you've reneged on the deal because they thought it was all over because they signed on the Monday.
Okay.
But then I had to, but I'm still on the house, aren't I? So I had to go sign my part of the deal. And when I reneged, and so this went on for another 2 years. Like I was always going to try and come to some agreement, and so I just let them ride it out for 2 years and let them sweat hard, like proper hard, like they think they're going to lose their house and everything like that. And at the end, the Crimes Commission said, listen, we know something's happened. There's been a fallout or whatever agreement you've done. Well, they talk to the solicitors and the solicitors talk to me, you know what I mean? Like, so I'm down in the holding cell. Yeah. They come down and they just, at the end, my legal team goes, listen, you're cutting your nose to spite your face here. They want to come to an agreement. What do you agree to? Rah. And at the end, we come to an agreement where my partner at the time got $100,000 every 18 months. Excuse me.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so she got $100,000 every 18 months. I only had it about 5 years ago. So she got $300,000 to look after the kids. And then what they did was they put $300,000 in a trust fund for the kids. So it's at the end of the day, there was $600,000. I got nothing. I got fucking nothing, like absolutely. So everyone, this is the funny thing. Everyone, they're all at war against each other. No one's talking. It's all mine. Mate, no one's doing shit. I'm the one that's doing 10 years jail, mate. I'm the one that's not watching my kids grow up. Everyone's just in there, just bickering and fighting and that. But in the end, I signed the paper, but I just waited my parents sweat to the death.
You're interesting because it sounds like it's a pretty deep resentment you've got there towards that.
100%.
Are you at peace with it?
I am.
Because I sense there's, even though there is some resentment
anger,
there,
yes,
and anger, I do sense peace within you as well.
Look, when I talk about this, I do get a little bit wound up. I do, because you don't expect that from your family. Like you just don't expect that. But if I was that, I would be tracking them down. Where are they? Because they sold the house and moved up to like Taree and everything. And I just laugh. I said, they're doing a sentence themselves. I said, who the fuck's moving to Taree?
Yeah.
Like, they're sold up and they've moved, because I was getting out. I was getting out in like 2.5 years, and so they went, we better get out of Sydney. He's coming out, and stuff like that. And I just look and just laugh and go, mate, like, they're living in misery up there. I heard absolute misery. He's just a full, complete drunk.
Yeah.
And she's just fucking miserable, lives upstairs or something, and just like reads books and just, she doesn't drive and that. So I just go, mate, they're doing their sentence. And it is what it is.
Have you sort of learnt in your time and dealing with these kind of situations that it all sort of, people just get sorted out by the universe in some way?
Mate, water finds its own level.
Have you noticed that?
Oh, yeah.
Especially being surrounded by it, whether it's, with that stuff or with the people that you've associated within the prison and their stories as well, you would have seen, things play out.
That's what we always say in there, water finds its own level.
Water finds its own level.
Yeah. You pour water into a glass, it wobbles.
Yeah.
You see it again, it's all wobbly and that, then all of it eventually just levels out.
Is that what keeps you peaceful?
Yeah, like I surround myself with good people these days too. Look at my partner now. She's very calming soul. She doesn't. If I have a little air raid, she'd never, like the ex would just fucking put fuel on the fire. She'd go down to the petrol station and grab a fucking tanker and just come up. Yeah. You know what? This one here, we've all been there. We've all been there. And like this one now, it just has an air raid. She goes, "Have you finished?" She's like, "Do you want me to pick your dummy up?" She's, the toys come out of the pram. I'll go over and get them for you. And it's just it's like breaking.
We talk about this a lot on the podcast, how it's part of a man's nature. We have a drug or a hormone in us called testosterone. It's a powerful fucking hormone, bro. And men need some kind of aggressive release. And we live in a society in a time where it's like if you express that in some way, it's like, he's a fucking rageaholic or he's a maniac. And granted, there are men that do it in a really negative way. And I don't condone that in any way. But you know what I'm saying? It's like it is part of our nature. We're going to blow our top every now and then. And I think it's this process of learning how to, do it in a way that doesn't cause long-term damage, if you know what I'm saying.
100%. See, it's like you said, that there is...
Like, it's okay to be a man. It's okay to be masculine.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Sometimes people come down and have a tray and hit the bag. That's the shit out of the bag. There you go. That little bit, your air rate, you get that little bit of frustration out, you know what I mean? So it's... Like you said, it's built in us. There's a mechanism built in you, in a man that does that.
Yeah, and I think it's the guilt and the shame that is worse for a man, that they go into this guilt and shame for feeling like that sometimes. Like, I shouldn't feel like this, and they tell themselves that sort of narrative. Like, I know I do it sometimes. And I think that's more destructive, falling into shame.
Yes.
Then
you got to let it out.
Yeah.
Because what happens is you bottle this shit, you hold it right, and then what happens is you build up layers inside you, right? So you bottle it up, boom, it goes to this level. Then something else happens, you bottle that up. And then it becomes layer upon layer upon layer. And then when it's time to actually deal with things, it could take years to do, because you're just chipping away at every single little layer, So if you have a little air, right, it's done, it's aired. For me, and this is my partner now, we communicate. We communicate. But it's just the word I cannot say it enough. Communicate. It's key. It's
you'll say
key.
this. Look, when you do this is because this is giving me the shits. Can you stop doing that? Or things like that.
100%.
Okay.
100%. Like I will say, instead of let it go, then all of a sudden a pin drops and you just fucking blow a gasket. You know.
And then something really bad. Then you do something really bad that you regret.
Oh no, it's not. You can do, but then you say things that you can't take back. See? So and then what happens is you say these things that you can't take back, then you've just lost everything to what you're actually arguing about originally, and then it reflects back onto you because, but you said this and you go, well, hold on, we've just lost the actual whole what we're arguing about because I've said this and said that, you know? And like I said, a pin could drop and you blow the gasket. So if you're on top of it, you're on top of things, mate, you just go bang and you deal with it there, it's done. Gotcha. It's done. It's over.
Yeah.
Move on.
So let's talk about your other outlets. So I know you're really into fitness and you're regarded as quite a predominant big wave surfer in Australia. How does that feel?
Yeah, no, it feels good, you know. Look, I've always travelled the world surfing and stuff as a kid and partied and done all that, you know what I mean? And I just think I've come out now with just such a new lease. Like honestly, I tell people I'm born again.
I can feel it, bro. I don't even know you that well, but I feel it.
You know what, Shannon? It's just dead set, mate. Like I come out with nothing. Like you had a good missus, mate. Don't get me wrong, my dad and my brother and my two brothers.
So what? All the fancy, all the glitz and all the fancy stuff was gone. All the toys gone.
Gone, mate. Nothing. I come out with two tubs. That's the X left for me. 2 tubs.
Clothes.
2 tubs of fucking 10-year-old clothes. Mate, can't even find all the magazines I'm in. What about that?
No, that's a bummer. They're valuable, man.
No.
Dude, I was in an American skate mag in like '98, and I actually prized that photo more highly than I actually got a university degree later on in life. And I praised the photo in the magazine well above my degree at university. I didn't even fuck with it. That's packed away, but that photo is around.
That's on your wall. Like
my mum used to show people, her friends and stuff.
Well, she's proud of you.
I know, but I'm sorry that you can't find those old surf mags.
Mate, where did she put them when she packed all my shit up? Like it just comes down to something nasty again. I just go, what can I do?
Yeah. If you're out there and you've got one of a mag with a photo of Wayne, send it to us.
Well, I've got like a little black folder over there that we found. So there was nothing found. Like, I don't know. And then all of a sudden, apparently it got put away at someone's house up the Central Coast, and they found it. So, but it ain't all my magazines. I had about 50 odd mags.
Dude.
Yeah, so I'd done an interview with them. There was like a cover where I was in Surfer magazine on the front cover. Can't get that. There was one where I was in Brazil on the front cover in Brazil at sunset. Can't get that one. I've got the front cover I was on in Tracks magazine. All these mags, mate. So I've got that. The Tracks one I've got on the cover. Someone gave it to me. I think my youngest brother Timmy did. And I think my other brother Taylor, he had another mag or two, so he gave me them. So right now I think I've got 3 magazines from about 52. Yeah, mate. I just went, wow. I was like, wow. Like I didn't do anything to anybody. I didn't warrant all this other shit on top of after doing 10 years. But I come out and I was just, I dealt with it. I did me 10, copped it on the chin and just trained and just read books and ate healthy and just did all the right things.
That's what you did in jail?
That's what I did.
Well, I've got a few specific questions I've got here, and I did want to... God, you've just given me so much to unpack. It's so interesting. I almost don't know where to start with you, but I'm like, one thing I wanted to ask you, can you describe that very first, once you'd been sentenced, that very first day in prison, describe that day.
Numb.
Just do it. So numb is the word.
So
it wasn't didn't all land on you like a ton of bricks? Fuck, this is me for the next 10 years in this place.
Okay, so what had happened, like I said, that initial stage where they grab you, you're in Surrey Hills. I was there for 7-8 days underground. It's just a miserable joint. Go to Silverwater and you're seeing boys that you hadn't seen for ages because you're in that environment. So you had friends in there. Heaps, mate. Unfortunately, heaps. And so you got a full welcome. Yeah, Wayne. Yeah, you're just like hello, boys and stuff. And so so you go through the process. You're seeing everyone. You get yourself into a routine. So when I get sentenced, it had been 2 years, 1 day to the date. So I get pinched on the 20th of September 2009. So 2 years, 1 day I'd been in there. So I go in, I get sentenced, and then I come back to the boys. So I had 8 years to go. This is dead set. So when I get the sentence, the judge says to me, he goes, Judge Zara, he was, mate, he didn't hold back, and he goes, because of my audacity and the nonchalant care, like I was just nonchalant, yeah, whatever, you like more or less, I kept on going for another run, then another run, then another, you know what I mean? And then he just summed up, he goes, I have no hesitation of giving Mr. Cleveland 21 with a 16, so 21 on top with 16 on the bottom. So I probably could have only just
been there.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh no, yeah,
we've still been there. I've been out 3 years, so I've still got another 3 years to go. Yeah, and he goes, but because I pled guilty at the earliest convenient time, and I didn't take it all to trial and waste taxpayers' money and everything, they give you 25% off. So he goes, I give him 16 with the 10. Well, the jury, all the people, like we call them in the juries, like all my people are sitting over there, and he, fuck off, like this and that, and I just went, mate, I tell you, when he started summing up and saying 21 with a 16, my knees wobbled. I thought, yeah, they did. I straight up, they buckled, mate. They buckled. I fully wobbled, and then he gave me that sentence. Everyone's like, oh, and I just looked over. I said, mate, at least I'm out of your hair for another 8 years. I had to make light of it, you know, like, yeah. So I had a little giggle, and everyone's looking and stuff, and everyone's in shock. I'm in shock, and by the time they, you know, the guards get me, I go back downstairs. I'm just like going. The boys goes, what happened, Wayne? I said, fuck, boys, I've got another 8 to go. And they just went, what? So I said 16 with a 10, and they were just. I was looking, I just going, and I was completely fucking, like, my gut had dropped because the realisation.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm downstairs in the Downing Centre, you know, and I'm sitting there, I'm just going, wow, fuck, wow. I'm in the cell with the boys, I'm having a cigarette, I'm just going, fuck. No, they're in the other boys, you all right? And I'm just going, mate, you look a little bit pale. I said, mate, I am a bit pale. So by the time you get back to the jail, because they pick you up, they take you to Silverwater, you got to hold there because it's kind of the base. And then I was at Long Bay at this stage. In the Long Bay truck comes, everyone piles on, and everyone screams out, "What'd you get?" And I was telling them, and I was just sitting in the cell. And I pumped cigarette upon cigarette. The doors open. The next, I fall asleep a little bit, and the boys come in. You're all right, mate. I just sat there. I was just going, fuck. They go, mate, don't worry. And they said, this is the best thing you can do. He goes, just pick yourself up and get on with it. He goes, it ain't changing. A couple of people said that. These old school crooks said that. And I was just sitting there. I just smoked cigarette upon cigarette. I was just numb. I was just like fucking no colour in me and stuff. And so,
I mean, one thing that comes to my mind when I hear this is, were you thinking a lot about the separation from your children?
Oh, all the time. That doesn't leave you. That doesn't. The separation from your children, that doesn't leave you.
Was that the most painful aspect of it?
Well,
or partner, or both?
Well, just what happens is you go through stages in there. Like, you know, at one stage you're worried about this, the next stage you're worried about that. But not being with your kids is an everyday worry. Like you know, you stress. You know what I mean? You're not
like you're worried that they're going to, like, were they young?
They were so young. I think my youngest had just turned 4.
Did you ever get concerned that they wouldn't know your dad and stuff like that?
Oh, I knew they were coming for visits.
Okay.
Yeah, so they were coming for visits, and they'd go down the beach, and boys would take care of them. They'd take them to getting drinks and ice creams, and like I had the shops down, the people in the shops, you know, so they'd go in and get a free bag of chips. Then they go to Moy's and get like fresh juices and that.
While you were locked up? What?
Yeah.
Oh, you'd go out with it. You were allowed to.
No. I'm in jail.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is the boys, like my brothers, would take, or my mates would take the kids to the beach for a swim and take them to learn to surf.
Okay.
And then they'd take them across the road. And because I was born and bred there, so everybody knew. You know, so the kids run in like towers, and towers would give them a big bag of chips for free.
Wow.
There you go. And then they'd run up to Moy's, like the fruit joint, and they'd get a free juice, and then
Gotcha.
and stuff like that.
So that gave you some comfort knowing that?
Yeah, absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
I knew they were well looked after. I did.
Okay.
I knew that they weren't going to go without. I knew that, but just over the stages of watching them, like as the years go by, and you're just watching them get bigger and bigger, and then you hear stories and that, and it just breaks your heart. It does. There's no sugarcoating anything. You kind of and then all of a sudden you get out and they're adults. It's and they're doing their thing, and like what do you what do you do? Like, because I don't have a relationship with my kids at all.
Was it because of that, you think? Just that separate, or you don't have to go into it, but
no, there's a combination of things.
Just
mate.
the time apart. The time did put space between you think?
Oh no, not really, because I'll come and visit all the time, and everything was phone calls and that, visits all the time, every other fucking weekend. At the beginning, they were every weekend for years, every weekend, mate. They never missed,
Cool.
And then like even towards I was getting out, everything was fine, and then everything, mate, I got a new partner, and the ex didn't like that, and then it just gets all bitter, twisted, and it's all sourness and stuff, and like the kids would they feel that they have to be loyal to their mum because their mum was there for 10 years and stuff, and not really, I provided everything for them at the beginning and done what I could and stuff like that, and look, honestly. The money that I made, more of it went on my kids and that than me.
Yeah.
Like, mate, I was getting free clothes, free wetsuits, free sunglasses, free surfboards. So I didn't have to pay for all this, you know what I mean? I don't live an extravagant life. And everything's, mate, they're going to schools that are like 25 grand a year. There's 4 of them there, like the stepson and the 3 girls and thing, you know what I mean? And now like, I'm just like a piece of shit. Like, it's just like I said, sit down and talk, whatever, and you want to go to counselling. I've said all this, and they're just mean, they text us, fucking leave us alone. We got nothing to do with you. I send money over to them on their birthdays. They send the money back. It's just like just hopefully one day they'll grow up like I'll always be their dad. Yeah. There's only one mum, there's only one dad.
And that's the key, man.
There is, and you see. It's, they feel like that. I think they feel they have to be loyal to their mum. You know what I mean? Don't worry. Their mum had a partner and that, like, after she come and told me, I'll give her that. She didn't fucking try and hide and she just come up, look, I found someone. I said, mate, good on you. Like, I'm happy for you and stuff like that. But then when I'd found a partner, it wasn't reciprocated, you know what I mean? It was, I was a baddie and this and that. And so I just, and the kids felt like they had to take on some of that responsibility too.
Yeah.
So, it's just a shame because, and I say to people, and everyone knows, like I get on with everyone's kids, like everybody's kids. Like I'm just king of the kids down the beach, like proper, mate. I'm, it's just insane. It's like I said, everyone goes, how old are you? I said, what, physically or mentally? Mentally, I'm like a 17-year-old little pea brain, like running around just, and then physically I'm 51. And so I get along, I just don't get my kids kind of won't give me that chance, and so it's And
look, I'm going to pray. I'll pray for some resolution there, man.
Yeah, thank you, mate.
You just don't know how they're on their own journey too.
Yes,
and I think you made the best point there. Like you are you'll only ever be their only father.
Yep.
And. On their journey, they're going to want to come back to that, in my opinion. And I guess it's really just a matter of time, and time will tell. But I just really respect your sort of pragmatic approach to it and acceptance of like this is just what it is, and you can't control everything. You can, there needs to be some serenity in that. Like,
look, for me, look, it's I tried, and I kind of just. There was just getting these texts, and I wanted to respond, and then I didn't, and so I just kind of just let it go. I thought I'd let them go to come back. Like I just didn't want to put pressure on them and feel like they have to, if you feel that it's not organically going to happen, and on top of it, like. You can't get a better me now. Like I don't fucking drink, I don't smoke, I don't party. I'm surfing, I'm working, I'm helping boys come out of jail, giving them work. I've got that much work. Like it's proper. Like you know what I mean? So it's I'm here. Like, I'm not fucking hazy. I'm not hungover. I'm not taking Zennies to go to sleep because I've been partying for days. Just that, that shit, like,
yeah.
I'm so clear and present. I just wish they'd give me a chance. Really, that's, if they rang up tomorrow, mate, I'd drop everything and go there. 100%. I always say that to everybody, but they're very pig-headed like me. Their mum's pig-headed, you know what I mean? So I can't take that. I'm glad they got that staunchness about them, but at the same time, they're using it against me, they're staunch little buggers, so, but like I said, I'll always be there, and like I said, I'll always be their dad, so.
I love, actually, Pete, who's actually shooting this episode, Peter Barmer, thanks for that, brother. He mentioned the program that you've created for people coming out of prison, and you give them a job,
yep.
Or you help them transition back into the community and get them some work experience and obviously some income. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So what we do is it's under Cleveland Enterprise. So what we do is Prol will pretty much ring up and speak to my partner Nicole, and then she will tell them, because it's hard because I'm on parole, but they can see, they know it's through me. So what we do is, my other mate owns the company, and so what I do is I get the boys as a labour hire company, so we hire them out. Like, we're straight up with the boys, so we make money off it, straight up. So it's not, it's just a business. If I'm not going to do it, someone else is going to do it. And these boys need work. And they need to know, sometimes the jail won't just go, sometimes they do and sometimes they don't. They like you to have structure in your life.
Gotcha.
You see what I mean? So when you come out, you just don't walk out to nothing.
Yeah.
And then you kind of roam in the streets, you're up to no good. Idle time is devil's time.
I've heard that.
Yes. So if you've got a lot of time on your hands, you're going to probably get up to mischievous things.
Interesting, eh?
So if you can keep yourself locked down that you've got to go to work because you got rent to pay, you got bills, you got to put food on the table, you know what I mean? So we hire the boys out to a scaffold company, a mate of mine scaffold company. So yeah, mate. So we, and I'm always looking for workers too, like proper workers and stuff, So it's a hard gig, mate. Don't worry, I've tried to help some of the boys, mate. Half a day, and then the next day I've rolled my ankle, and this guy, mate.
So finding good staff is hard, but I hear that with every company. Everyone that I know that owns a business say that staffing is the hardest thing.
Mate,
finding good workers.
One guy worked the other day, 2 days, my shoulder, mate. I'm telling you, I just go, mate. The other guy worked half a day. This is the best. Thanks for helping me out. Rah. Turns up to work Monday, 7:35 in the morning, mate. Where is he? The boys are ringing me, going, mate, where is this bloke? I'm going, mate, I don't know. Who's at work? Mate, we can't find 1 o'clock. He calls me, mate, I rolled my ankle and that. And I went, I said, fair dinkum. And I genuinely believed the bloke, right? He's got no reason lying to me. And then my missus turned around and goes, mate, get him to take a photo of his ankle. The bloke takes a photo of some ankle in a magazine on a glossy. I just went, mate, so you're taking a piss out of me? I swear to God. I just went, oh my God. And anyway, so I got my Mrs. Young bloke and a couple of friends, like those kids, they're all working now. They're on, they'll probably kick off next week again.
Sweet.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, nice, man. Listen, I want to talk about you, like your surfing and chasing waves and stuff. But before we do, I'm just so curious, man. And you don't have to answer these questions if you don't want to. But I want to go back to the actual exporting process from it's burning in my mind.
Yeah.
Like, can you share the details of what you actually do? Like, I know it's like, is that too much of a hard question?
No.
Like, how do you actually strap it to someone and so they don't get caught? And I don't know. Like, I would never get to ask someone this, and I'm like, I've got to ask this guy.
Yeah, that's fine because, like I said, I'm
just so curious.
It's an old process, and I said because I've been busted. Yeah, and the feds they all know it, and they've publicised it, and so it's.
But if you tell me, there are going to be people out there that go, "Fuck that guy for."
No, because this is an old process, mate.
Okay, because it was a while back,
mate. This is So you can't really do this now because they've got those scanners. Just so you can randomly get pulled and they scan your whole body.
Swipe ya?
No. You know how you got to stand there and hold your arms out and
like
stand.
The wand.
No. It's a proper X-ray machine.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
Like even when you come from, like, just say you come from Coolangatta to Sydney, mate. Everybody's got to do it.
Gotcha.
So they've got them in LA and stuff. So it's nothing. You can't really do it. No. So what we would do is, I would go to LA and I'd go there for 10 days, right? Because I did this by myself for 8 years.
Dude,
right?
that's so
Yeah,
gnarly.
I totally, like no one would jump on board with me. Like no one was just there. I was like, oh, and then I'd kind of pull the pin and shit, and I'd just go, mate, whatever. So I did this by myself for 8 years. So what I would do is I go see my mate. I go, listen, boys, I won't throw names out. That's when I'm thinking, do you know what I mean? And I go, I'm here. Mate, I need 2.5, mate, please, can any chance, rah. They said, yeah, no worries. So I said, I'll be back in 9 days. So I'd go up, I'd go surf and I'd go snowboarding. And on the 8th day, I'd come back down to LA, ring up, take touch bases, go, boys, I'm back. How we looking? They go, yeah, mate, no worries. So on the morning of the 9th, they would pick me up. I'd go out all day. We'd make it a day just in case no one's getting followed or whatever it may be. They're not got heat. I don't have heat. We'd cruise around. Boom. We'd get the load on dark. Then they'd drop me back.
Gotcha.
Right, so what we do is we just leave it there. I was a pot smoker back then, punch a few cones and stuff like that. Yeah, full pothead, mate. I was never really a big party and having a line. Like I never really was. I just maybe like a little one here or there. But I was just beer and bongs, mate. The BB man, I should say. I'm just the BB man, beer and bongs. And so... And then get up the next morning, and what we'd do is we had this big board that we'd laid out, and what we'd do is we'd leave it and we'd roll the brick out with like a roll, like a pizza roller, like a bread, those ones, those big roll. So we'd roll it out real thin, then we'd pick it up and we'd put it in plastic, like say like Glad wrap. You know what I mean? So we'd put that on there, and then we'd put Glad wrap, and we'd make it real tight, and then we put this other like vacuum seal, like your vacuum seal. So and then you'd mould it around your body. Wow. Yeah, you'd mould it. So you'd have fucking, like here, so you'd have 1 kilo here, 1 kilo at the back, 250 grams. Some boys did do 3. They did, because they'd put like 250 grams under each arm, like under here. Then they go 1 here, 1 here, and then they put it around their legs, And the thing is, you want to wear the barest minimal of clothes. Like you don't want to be, mate, just say it's summer and you're rocking mate. Gotcha. You got bloody what? Jeans on and trackies and fucking jackets and hood, like it just
sus.
It looks like so sus, So what we would do is I'd load up and my mate would strap it to me hardcore, you know what I mean, punch a few cones, and then we'd jump in and we'd drive down to LA and stuff, and just before LA we'd stop in an In-N-Out burger.
I love In-N-Out burger.
They're grouse.
It's the best,
mate. It's the best. So you can imagine, that's what worked for me. So for me, if I didn't go somewhere stoned on that, I'd probably be nervous and sweating because that was not normal for me to do that.
Right.
So I was always stoned.
You're doing it stoned. See,
mate.
I would have been paranoid.
Yeah, but that's what worked for me, and that's how my daily routine was. So why would I change something, that was out of the norm? Then I would probably start sweating beads, and because I wasn't used to walking around straight. So I'd stop at In-N-Out burger, have a feed, punch a few more cones because it's just down from the airport, LAX, and then my mate would just drop me up at the airport. So I'd go in and I'd check in. So I'd check everything in and stuff like that, and because I look so young.
Yeah.
I like even now, I don't even have hair here, see? Like I just don't have hair there. Like even look at my legs, man. I've got like fucking. You can look at the hairs. Like it's like I just got little thin hairs and shit. My arms I shave because it looks weird. 'Cause I've got hair there, but I've got no hair here. I've got like 8 hairs on my chest. I'm pretty hairless, And so I get in there and I say hello to the lady, book in and stuff like that. So and then what I would do is I would walk in through. The scanner. But back then, you could wear puffer jackets and kind of that through, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or just like a nice light jacket. Now they make you pretty much strip just to like shorts and shirts, or maybe just your pants and shirts, whatever you have on. You got to take off your jacket, you got to take your hat off, because everything changed from the bombing,
Yeah, shoes as well.
Yeah. So,
Sometimes.
your shoes, that's right, your belt and that, So, and I would just roll on through. I fucking just roll on, mate. I didn't even think about getting pinched. Getting pinched never entered my mind, ever. And then I just get on the.
So like you're turning up to the security check, and there's no trepidation or fear.
No, not a fucking thing.
So even I get nervous and I've got nothing on me because there's oh my god, shit. I hope I didn't. Is there something? Because they make you feel like you've done something wrong. But I guess, like you said, the scanners now are a bit more.
Oh, they're high tech now. They're high tech now.
No way. So you just cruise on through.
Straight on through. Swear to God. And then I just obviously wait to the gate, jump on the gate, and then 20 minutes before we're about to land in Sydney, I'd just throw it into the toilet.
Okay.
So I'd take it off.
Yeah.
And then I had the mates that worked at Gate Gourmet.
Okay.
Yeah. So
the catering.
Yeah, the catering up. So the caterers would just pull up, mate. I'd be at the back of the plane or whatever. They'd see me. I'd give them the thumbs up. Yeah, swear to God, boom, right up, mate. The stock would be at my house before I even got home. Yeah, because they got the trucks. They fucking unload the aeroplane. Boom, they hop off. By the time I walk off, go down and get me duty free.
Yeah.
And then I got to get my bags. So I got to get picked up and go home, Mike.
See, this leads into my next question. Why is there such a supply and demand? You wouldn't be doing that if there wasn't a demand for it. People want Coke.
Yes.
Especially in Sydney.
Well,
why? I mean, why do you think so many people are after it?
Well, I don't know. Like
expensive. I don't know.
Australia's got a big problem.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like it leads into some real big societal issues. Like,
well, it's the most expensive country in the world. That's why they seem to when you watch the shows. When I grew up, right, like you're lucky. You were absolutely lucky to hear about a 10-ounce bust, mate. You fucking 10 ounces, fucking mate. Yeah. That's like a ton these days. Yeah. Like if you see the news now, 400 fucking ton here, like this guy, but like you just go, oh my fucking, it's just the norm.
Yeah,
it's the norm because there's so much profit, but just profit generally in drugs.
Yeah,
everywhere, you know. So
yeah, and it just goes back to so many people want it, and that's why people are gonna keep trying to find ways to supply it.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know? And I just go like, why are people wanting to escape reality so badly? And I know that's a huge question, but
well, it's a question I can't answer for everybody because everyone has their own little demons. They've gone through their own things through life that people kind of want to numb themselves from. So when I knew I was off, mate, my partying stepped up tenfold. Okay. Because my paranoia, I was paranoid as it is when I'd party, and then when I knew I was off, mate, I just partied like proper. Like it just, because you know what I was doing? I was numbing myself from reality.
Yeah.
You know, so
like self-medicating in a way, man.
That's what I was doing.
Yeah,
that's exactly what I was doing. I was self-medicating, and I knew it. And that's why I said at the end, I'd had enough. Like I put myself in rehab. No one told me to go to rehab. No one said, you know what I mean. I got up and I said, mate, book me in.
Amazing.
So I had to do the 3 days of detox.
Yeah, and
then I went in, but I'd had enough. Dude. I'd fucking had enough of it, mate. I was tired of being tired.
Do you mind if I ask? Since like, you know, to get shake that after years of doing it, there's a detox process, but how do you stay sort of sober, like without, I mean, I know you said you were just done, but do you have any support with that? Do you have other people who are doing it with you? Do you go to like some groups like AA or anything like that?
I'm just a pig-headed person, mate. I fucking refuse. That chapter in my life is done. It's done. I am pig-headed with myself.
So you're that stubborn, you're like, I'm not even going to relapse.
No. I don't even give a fuck. Mate, of course you go out and party, and I go to parties and people are partying and stuff. Mate, that doesn't worry me. Doesn't even faze me. What worries me is when they terrorise you, when they see what's going on, they just punish you, you know, you go, fuck, I'm out of here, stays left, you know. But that, I just, look, if you want something bad enough, just be a fucking pig. Be self-absorbed. You know what I mean? You know, that's why I said to you at the beginning of this podcast, when I came out, mate, people were lining up for me to fall. I know they were, mate. They were waiting for me, mate. Just they said, give him a couple of weeks, he'll be sweet, he'll be back. And then it was a few months. You could give him a year, he'll be sweet, mate. 3 years, 3 months later, mate, people know now. Like even when we go up to our little, place up at Hat Head, and we always go up to Hungary and we camp. All the old school Maroubra boys, like my mate. He comes from like down the coast, and the boys come from Queensland. It's a good meet. We're all like this. Like sometimes there's like 32 of us, 25, 32. Like, you know, we've been doing it, but the boys been doing it forever there, mate. Like I'm the only one that doesn't have a beer. I'm the only one that doesn't, mate. And the boys, when I first got out there, they're just going, fuck, brother. Like at the end of the trip, we got there for a good 5-6 days. And they just go, we can't believe it. I know. We thought maybe you might just have a little beer with us and that. I go, mate, I'm done.
Dude, congrats, man.
You know, I can do it. You know what you got to do is like, how do I say that? I can't think of the word. It's like, you know, you got to be like a pig for yourself. You know, it's got to be for you.
I get it.
You know, you can't. You don't be a people pleaser because you can't please everybody. And you know, so you know what the word is? You got to be selfish. That's the word. You got to be selfish with yourself.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I also see it as a form of self-love. You know, and that's a good thing. You got to
that comes,
and you're loving yourself because, dare I say, maybe you weren't really loving yourself when you're putting all that shit in your body. You know, and now you love yourself, and that's a good thing.
Yep.
But I love what you just said there, and like, don't be a fucking people pleaser.
Yeah.
I mean, I do it. I mean, I still do it, but I'm more conscious of it now.
Yeah.
Because it's to your detriment, really.
Well, it is, because then you think you have to please this person, and everyone's different. And that person, like, mate, you know,
it's impossible.
You know what? People should just take you for who you are. And if they can't accept that, maybe you should start reconsidering. Even giving them the time.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't have people around me anymore that like I just want genuine people. But you want people around you similar to you.
Yeah.
You know, your mates are your mates, and they're always going to be your mates. You know, they tell us shit, you know, like your shit talking stories and stuff, and they fluff things up a little bit. You know what I mean? You let them go. You know what I mean? But you know, you got to be genuine to yourself. You do.
You do, man. Good messages, bro. Good messages, and I know that you love chasing swells nowadays.
Yeah.
You know, you're in your early 50s, and you're frothing on chasing swells more than ever. Is that true?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, you spent 10 years without surfing, yeah?
Yes.
So, I mean, that would have been hard in itself.
Well...
Or was it?
Of course not been in the water. Of course not been in the water, but I was very accepting of my situation.
Okay.
I was very accepting when I was like, I said, mate, what can I fucking do? Like, mate, it's like, mate, I would have loved the route.
Yeah.
It's not happening, mate. It's not fucking happening. I don't want to steer.
So I didn't even think of that either.
You know what I mean? Like, but the thing is
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, you know, like these are the things, mate. It's not happening, mate. It's as simple as that. It's fucking, unless you want to fucking look up with some bloke, turn it up, mate. You know what I mean? I just don't have you know, but you see it. 100% you see it. People have those tendencies, mate. Don't worry about that.
Do you think that prison can turn it, like someone who's heterosexual, to want to engage in that?
Nah, mate.
No,
yeah.
because of that desperation.
There's something in somebody already, mate. Like me and my boys and we're all storms. Other guys I know have done 10, 16, 20, mate. They don't even go down that path. People who go down that path and go, oh, mate, they've already got those tendencies.
Gotcha. Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't just fucking wake up one day and go, I might get a suck off a bloke.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's not happening, mate. It does. Those thoughts don't even go through your head. You know what I'm saying, though? You know what I mean? Like, it's just, it doesn't happen, mate. You know,
dude. I'm just getting. So you just switch that party brain off after a while and go, look, I'm not getting laid for 10 years, or I don't know if there's ways they can do conjugal visits or whatever. I've heard of that. That doesn't happen anymore.
That doesn't happen, mate. Nah,
Fuck,
they're all stories back in the day. Yeah, there's no conjugal visits and stuff like that.
But I can't help to think that maybe if you did your time strong and well like you did, it's almost like it's breeding this self-discipline as well.
Yes.
Is that what it did, you reckon, your time in jail?
I've always been a pig-headed person when I wanted someone to do something.
Yeah.
So I just, like it is what it is.
Yeah.
So what am I going to do, man? I can't change the fact that I'm doing 10. Like,
Yeah.
what am I going to do? It's just one of those things, So I just dealt with it and that, Look at my forearm. My right forearm's stronger than my left. Just fucking jerking off, mate. The jerker, hey? You know what I mean? Anyway.
So good, dude. But it seems like you did your time well. So it was a lot of exercising.
Yep.
And reading books.
Yep.
Wow, so you just went, okay, I'm going to use this time. Like, do you mind if I ask, did you engage any, so you hear these jail stories. Was it hard to resist maybe getting caught up in some jail sort of bullshit?
Jail politics, they call
politics.
it. Look, we always kind of steer clear of all the bullshit. Every now and again, you kind of get dragged into like a little something or whatever. You know what I mean? But we, mate, like my crew, like we just, all we did, we get up, we just trained everyone. And everyone knew that we did. Mate, we got up, mate, you know what I said to everyone? And I'd get the young kids on board, come and train with us, don't fucking party and do stupid things. I said, mate, it was a training camp.
Wow.
This is what I said to boys, mate. I said, this is the training camp. I said, if you can't work on yourself here, when you've only got you, there's nobody else. Like, don't get me wrong, you got the boys in the yard, whatever. But you're never going to get this time. This is what I was saying to my mates, a couple of boys that are in there right now. You're never going to get this time that you're getting now to work on yourself. You're not.
What a way to turn that into a positive.
But be honest, mate. I'm saying, there's so many distractions out here and whatever's. But inside, mate, you've got nothing but you, mate. If you're in a one-out cell and you get locked in at like 2:30, 3 o'clock like you do at Long Bay, mate, what are you going to do, mate? You've got some reflecting to do.
It's just more simple.
Yeah, just, mate, you're not going to get a better time to work on yourself and to train, mate. I come out, I'd never been more fitter in my life.
Wow, man.
Ever. And my discipline in there was so strict, mate. Like there's no treats, there's no chips, and But on a weekend, I'd have one blowout on a visit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. Sometimes I'd go out there, like at Nowra, they got protein bars and shit in the thing, so I'd have 2 protein bars. I wouldn't even have no chips, no chocolates, nothing.
At Nowra?
Yeah.
Oh, you're in Nowra as well.
I was in.
They move you around.
Well, okay. When you're on remand, when you first get pinched, yeah, they move you around quite a bit. It's called just random bed placement, right? So they kind of just move you, hey, mate, you're an escort at the moment, mate. Well, where am I going to? Fucking, I don't know. You're flying out in the morning, all right, mate. All of a sudden you're here, you're there, you get moved around. But when you get sentenced, you pretty much, like you say, they'll give you like 3 options. You know what I mean? And they'll try and cater for you and your family to make things easy. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't.
Gotcha.
If you're a piece of shit, they won't try and work with you. But if you, like, I never asked for I never caused anyone grief. I never fucking gave any of the screws too much of a hard time, you know. So and I said, chief, mate, it's called a classification. So you go in there, and if you got 8 years and above, you're an A2. Okay. So then when you get to 8 years, and then they reclassify you again, you're a B. But there's no real B jails, you know what I mean? The A and Bs are all together anyway, so it's not, you know what I mean? So it's neither here or there. So, but then when you got 5 years to go, mate, and you're well behaved, they give you a C1, right? So then you move to more of a farm jail. You're out longer.
Okay.
Yeah, but there's a lot of work in jails these days too. So they'll put you out of jail, you've got to work and stuff.
Yeah, cool.
And mate, some people can make, like $100 or whatever it may be, and a week and stuff like that. And then when you've got 3.5 years to go, 3.5 years ago, they give you a C2. Okay, 3.5 to 3 years. They give you a C2. So C2 means obviously you're still in jail, right? But you got a little bit more freedom where you can kind of work outside the jail, but you're still on jail grounds. Right, like you say, mate, you can clean up the trees or trimming trees or whatever, mate, mowing lawns and stuff like that. So there's that little bit of like extra freedom there. And then when you've got 2 years to go and below, they give you a C3. So what a C3 is, they integrate you back into society.
Right.
Slowly, see?
Okay.
So what I did was I did a metal fabrication place. I worked there.
Okay.
Yeah, so I worked there. So what I did was I had 2 years to go. And so I was going outside of jail every day. So I was here at Long Bay. So I'd go down and work at my mate of mine's place down here and just do welding, clean up and do welding and that, So I literally did that for a few months actually. And then I got moved to Park Lee. And then from Park Lee, they gave me another job, was in a wrecking yard. So, and I worked there for 12 months. Then after that, I went back to my welding place just before I got out.
Yeah.
So I was going out of jail every day. Or not every day, from Monday to Friday. Some of the boys, their jobs needed them to be there on Saturday too, like on building sites and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
And then when you have 12 months to go, right, so you're still going outside and working, but what they do is every 28 days you get to go home. for one day. on the Saturday or Sunday.
So you got that?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, mate.
What was that like, dude?
Oh, it was so good, mate. So fucking good.
So at that stage, meeting up with your partner or your family?
Yep.
Or
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. Kicking back with the kids and stuff. It was unreal. It was so good, mate. You know, we'd come over with the kids and had a big farm.
And full appreciation.
Oh, full
You know,
appreciation.
and I just kind of feel like that's a message for people out there who may be taking their situations for granted, right?
Oh,
You know,
don't take nothing for granted.
yeah. And that time is
Yes.
so precious, right?
And then when you have 4 months left, right, so you got with 12 months to go, you go home like every 28 days. Then when you have 4 months left, you get to go home every weekend.
Wow.
So you go to work on the Friday and you come home and like you come home, you go back to the jail and like, you know, you get picked up. My dad would pick me up, my partner would pick me up, you know what I mean, and stuff
Wow.
like that.
And you have the whole weekend.
The whole weekend.
Oh, you go surfing?
No.
Oh, okay, you have to stay at home.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so you have a monitor on you. So they give you a bracelet
Gotcha.
where they can fully monitor you. So what you do is, I think the first 1 or 2 times when you go home on the weekend, but then after the third time, you can put in for excursions because you can't hold the people up you're with too. So they, they might have to do some shopping and stuff like that. So we put in a form and said, so I'm going to be at East Gardens from, so they give you a couple of hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I did get caught going surfing. I did, yeah. They caught me.
What, wearing the bracelet?
Yeah, with the bracelet. Yeah, they caught me going. Yeah, but this is the thing with people. This is how it shows you some people don't really care and some people go out of their way to be pieces of shit. Okay, so they're called CCG. So the CCG, they monitor you. Mate, I was never going to fuck up because I could see the light at the end of the tunnel. I want to go home. I didn't want to see if you get caught doing something stupid, they take you off your C3, you go straight back to an A2. So you go straight back to fucking maximum jail. I said, I didn't party, I didn't do drugs. They urine on you. Every time you go back for the jail, they urine on you and stuff. And
Yeah, right.
Yeah, every time you go out. So they urine on you and stuff. So I had this guy, he's a real tall bloke, he actually surfed. And so he obviously Googled me or whatever, and he's like, I like to surf and that. And the lady that he was always with, because they come and check that you're home too and interview, like my dad and stuff and my partner Nicole and stuff and stuff. And they said to me, I was down at my brother's at Wollongong. My brother lives down where you boys are.
Nice.
Yeah, in Woonona. Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah, Taylor. Yeah, so he loves it. And so they go, mate, he goes to me, why aren't you going surfing? Why didn't you put in a thing? I go, what do you mean? I said, but I didn't think I could. He goes, mate, we're fine with it, mate. So use the phone. I said, mate, so the next week, you know what it is? I said, I'll go. We need to go down to the beach for the kids or something like this it was. So I put in, mate, so I was going surfing. Well, I was going, fuck, how good's this? You know what I mean? I'm fucking surfing all the time, mate. So all my excursions were down there and the boys just see me in the water. So like I'm surfing just before I get out, I'm going, how good's this?
Yeah.
Right, and then stupid me, they come and check on me, these other two CG people, right? And they were a little bit older and they were just fucking, the guy was a stiff and she was just a fucking nasty, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she's a bit, just had that sour head on her, like she'd woken up and sucked on fucking 10 lemons before she even come out, you know? You get people like that, they're just bitter. I go, oh, yeah, I said so-and-so and that said I can go surfing. They just went, what? What do you mean? I go, well, they said that I can go surfing. I said, I've been going surfing. They said, no, you can't do that and you can't do this and there's no more of that and stuff. Right? And I went, all right. Well, fair enough, So I was caught. Like, these ones are saying I can and these ones are saying that I can't. And so the next weekend and that, I seen them, they come to the jail, they do interviews, the CCG, for other people and give them jobs and stuff to get people back out into the society. Like, man, I come out, I had like 38 or 42 grand or something saved.
Sweet.
Yeah. So you know what I mean? So I wasn't getting out bare naked.
Yeah.
So I had that, didn't have what I had used to have, but I still
to get
had.
you back on your feet, man. Yeah.
So anyway, I said, mate, these people said I can't go surfing. They said, mate, you're sweet to go surfing, right? And there was an officer there that heard everything, right? And I was lucky at this day that he was actually working.
Right.
So The next week, I've done the same, right? And the waves were pumping. The waves, fuck, I said, mate, it was 3-4 hours, the sun was out. Like, I just said to my missus, I said to Nick, I said, oh, fuck it. They said I couldn't. I said, let's just hope they're working. The pieces of shit, the two old people that said that I couldn't, were hiding across the road videoing me.
Oh, God.
This is dead set, this is dead set. So I run down, I go out, I get 3 waves, and I'm looking at my missus, and she's not on the beach. I'm going, she's at the north end of Maroubra. She's fucking waving her arms at Krabby on the rocks, going, come in. I just go, what? They go, yeah, and they're on the stairs waving, come up here and that. And they've got the video camera. So they videoed me surfing. You know what they did? They sent it to the Screws at Park Lee. Lucky the officer, right, that was heard the other people during the week say, yeah, he can go surfing, you know. So he was there. So they've sent all the footage and that. So when I got in on Sunday night, right, so this is Saturday during the day. So when I got in the Sunday, he goes, you want to see your wave surfing? I go, what do you mean? He goes, yeah, they filmed you and sent it to me. I went, fucking fair. Yeah, so I looked on their computer. I got 3 crackers.
Yeah.
3 crackers all the way to the beach, you know. 7-point rides, we said. Yeah, that's a 7-point ride for sure. So we just join up. And so when they get up there, you can't do this, you're going back to the jail, we told you this. I said, mate, you said this, but the others are saying that. I said, mate, I'm caught in a catch-22. They're saying yes, you're saying no. So they rang up the head office up, and they said, listen, Mr. Cleveland's confused, because I never gave him a hard time. So there were Screws that absolutely hated me, proper hated me for no reason. Yeah. It was like I fucked them, their fucking mum, their daughters, mate. They get so bitter and nasty. Proper.
Yeah.
But this officer, he was good, you know what I mean? And he just good in what I'm saying is he just goes and done his job. He never got involved in shit. Like he goes, mate, I'm just here. It's a paycheck for me, mate. I'm not here to break your balls. So and like others went out of their way. And he goes, so when I got in, so they rang him up. He goes, nah, Mr. Cleveland is confused. He goes, I heard so-and-so said that he could go surfing, so we've let him go. You know what I mean? Like,
sweet.
And he goes, so they've come in and said, you can't do this and that. And he goes, it's final call from me. I'm running the jail at the moment. He goes, it's final call. He goes, mate, he's fine. So when I got back on the Sunday, he was there. He goes, listen, you can't do it anymore. He goes, mate, those other ones are on, it's fine, but we don't know who's working. He goes, but more or less, these other, the old couple, he goes, mate, they're grubs. He goes, you can't do it. I said, done. I said, fucking sweet.
Fair enough.
So I just made my excursions elsewhere and done other things.
It just sucks because it's like, I guess there'd be some people who would take advantage of that and engage in more criminal behaviour, but you're going surfing. Like the healthiest thing you could do, it's like, you know, you're not out there drinking, shooting drugs or drug dealing or whatever. You're surfing.
What about that?
I don't know.
And that's when when I seen them and they come to work, you know what I said to them? I said, well, mate, because I've just...
Did you rub it in?
Mate, I said, what about you pieces of shit? That's exactly what I said to him. Exactly what I said. Exactly what I said to him. I said, what about you two, you pieces of shit? I said, you fucking hide behind the car and fucking video me walking down. I said, why wouldn't you be a genuine person seeing me do that and go, Wayne, we don't think you should do that. Don't go back to the unit. Yeah. They could have done that. But yet they watched me get ready on the balcony, walk down the stairs. They videoed it, mate. They videoed the whole thing. Yeah, they watched me. And they videoed me get 3 ways so they could send it back to the jail and go. I said,
it still didn't work.
Exactly. I said, you could have done that. I said, you could have done that. I said, but you fucking hid behind cars and done this and that. And they just went, the guy was like that. I said, well, you fucking, I forget his name. I said, he's just an old prick. I said, mate, well, you caught for words. I said, seriously, think about it. I said, you could have pulled me up and said, listen, don't, you know. Yeah. Like, Don't do it.
Just give you a little tap on the shoulder and go, listen, mate, you know.
But they wanted they want a little, you know, a little stripe. Yeah, we got it. You know, what the fuck? I'm going surfing.
That sucks. It's surfing. And again, like one of the healthiest thing you can do.
But the thing is, you've got to be with your sponsor at all times, right?
Yeah.
So my brother's with my sponsors, my dad. My brother was surfing with me. So he's in the water because he's a sponsor too. My missus is on shore. You know what I mean? And they're going like, I said, you see me with my brother. He's my sponsor. You know that. So I'm with my sponsor. So I had everything covered, you know. So
dude, it's so classic. I just hearing all this, like there's, you know, the average person doesn't understand this side of society. Mm-hmm. And I just really want to thank you for being so just open and honest about it, dude. Like I think it's really good for people to understand and hear.
Yeah, look, like I said, people are intrigued with that other side.
It's very intriguing.
It is for a lot of people. For me, it's not so intriguing anymore. You know what I mean? What's intriguing for me is living the life that I'm living now.
Well, this is one sort of winding up a bit. This is the final question, and I ask most guests this, and I don't want to put you on the spot, but I want to ask you, what do you want your legacy in this life to be? What do you want to be remembered for?
Mate, everyone knows me, honestly. Everyone knows me is a genuine person. What you see is what you get. So if I could leave something behind, I would just tell people, and I'd like to people just be genuine with yourself.
That's what you want to be remembered for.
Just a genuine person. Like mate, look, I like I said, I don't have any skeletons. I don't, I'm just, you ask me something, I'm going to tell you the truth. Whether somebody likes it, whether you don't. I'm not going to fabricate it. I'm not going to fluff it up. It is what it is. I'm going to tell you straight up. So no one can say, fucking that's a bullshit story or this. No, so I'm a straight shooter and everybody knows that, So, I think that holds itself.
It's a good one.
It's just be true to yourself. Be a genuine person, mate. You don't say nothing. Like I said, you don't be a people pleaser. You can't please everyone, mate. Just be genuine to yourself. Be true to yourself and be kind to yourself.
Yes, bro.
No one is going to be kinder to you than you. Yeah. You're going to have a good missus, look after you. You're going to have whatever it may be, but no one is going to be more honest and truthful than yourself.
Yeah.
To yourself.
It's good. It's good, man. It's really good. Thank you for saying that.
That's okay. That's not a problem. Thanks for having me,
dude.
I appreciate it, mate.
Like I said, I feel like I could talk to you for hours on end, but I am aware of the fact that, we're sitting on the ground, you're probably getting a sore ass.
Nah, I'm all right, mate.
But I ask all guests to come to the podcast with a cause they want to support or advocate for. People that listen to the show regularly are pretty familiar with it. I just always like to advocate for something positive and ways that people can be of service or, help the community in some way. So what do you got for us?
Benny Hicks, Rise Foundation.
Rise Foundation.
That guy he does so much for our area and for other people out of the area. It's a mental health group and, the Rise Foundation, Benny Hicks and his mate Rob, those guys just go up, over and beyond, mate. If you have an issue and you call that guy at 3 a.m, mate, he'd climb out of bed and fucking drive to wherever you were. If it was in Queensland, he'd drive and talk to you the whole way. The guy, he's just got he's got the biggest heart ever. And that's what you want. You want people like that around, and you want people to know that if you have a situation that you can call somebody like Benny Higgs.
Yes, good one, man. So I'll put a link to the Rise Foundation in this episode's show notes. So if you scroll down, you'll find the link and, click on it, see, how you can be involved in it. I always advocate for, getting involved. Obviously, donating money is always a great way, but, just using your time and energy to participate is always the best way as well. So, and you can find this episode on all the major platforms such as Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Podcast Addict, Overcast, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts. But whatever platform you like to listen on, it always helps if you follow and subscribe and all that. And I want to say a big shout out to Peter Barmer for connecting me and Wayne today and also shooting photos and video for this episode. So thanks, Pete.
Thank you, Peter.
And that's about it, my brother. I don't know, again, I have this a few times, not with everyone, and I had it with Josh Koo, actually, and ironically, Pete organised that one as well, but just listen to you speak, man. I just had this half grin on my face the whole time. It's just so likeable. I feel like you should get into motivational speaking or something like that.
Oh, look, I would like to do that, and I have been asked.
Have you?
I have been asked to do.
It's a good fucking story.
I got to. The cussing has got to stop a little bit.
Oh, sorry, that's me.
No, on my behalf. That's what they said when I spoke to someone about this. Oh, there's a little cuss here, a little cuss here. I said, but look, that's just me, and that's I can't.
Yeah. Guess if you go to schools or corporate events and stuff like that.
Yeah, you do. So you got to go to some speak, So I have been asked in that, but I just. At the moment, you know what the biggest thing for me, and it's the hardest thing for me to do right now, is I'm a little bit easier now because I've been out for a few years, is to lock things in. I won't even book a dinner for 2 weeks. Fuck, mate, what if Cape's pumping 10 foot? What, you think I'm going to be sitting at some dinner? Are you serious right now? Mate, I can't book nothing. My missus goes, we need to book a holiday. We'll go up the coast. I said, hon, and she goes, you can't. I said, I'm a winger. We just wing it because, mate,
You got 10 years to catch up on.
mate, mate, people that don't even talk to me now. It's family, it's mainly part of the family, mate. Because I missed the birthdays, but I said, mate, this is no word of a lie, right? I organised my 50th birthday because my partner's only 13 days apart. And I organised it at my mate's place. It's the most insanest food you'll ever eat. It's called sugarcane. It's at Coogee. It's my favourite place. It's insane, the food. It's like this Thai.
It's good.
You should see it. It's fucking insane.
I'm going.
And yeah, sugarcane. It's at Coogee. It's insane. So I organised my 50th there, right? And this is what I told everybody, and this was the straight out truth. When I was organised it, and my mate, because it's a nice little place and it's not a real big place and stuff. And we had 300 and something people. I went, mate, I've got to cull it down. So we culled it right down, because I'm a man of my word, and I like to have people who have stood by me, all through those years and visited me, put money in my account. I don't forget any of them. I'll still ring up, I'll touch bases no matter what, I still do. I rang everybody and said, if the waves aren't pumping, I said, I will not be there. This is what I said to him. I swear, this is my own 50th. And I said, my missus will be there, and her, cause we're going to have a combined 50th, I said, she'll be there. I said, mate, I'm just letting everybody know. I said, I will not be. The waves were pumping because it was meant to be a big depot bombing swell. And I told them, I said, I won't be there. They're going, mate, but I said, mate, there'll be another swell. I said, I don't give a fuck. There's going to be another swell. If there's another swell, I'll be at that too. You know what I mean? And they couldn't understand. But then what happened was the COVID kicked in, buddy, and then they closed the joint down. Everything got closed down. All restaurants got closed down.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we didn't end up having it anyway. So
you told everyone. So, what are some memorable sessions you've had since you've been out?
Oh, there's one place down the coast. I can't mention the names.
You don't have to say names.
I won't say names, but I've had a good couple. But there was a one day this year that we surfed for 9 hours. It's a place I'd surfed a couple of times prior, before going away, but I had a good, you know what I mean? But this year, and even when I spoke to the local boys, mate, they said, mate, this is the best year we have ever had, man. I reckon I surfed a joint a dozen times this year.
Okay.
Easy.
Yeah.
And there was one session, mate, it was so flawless, mate. It's like, I'm addicted to it now.
Wow. I noticed you got some Dylan boards on the rack.
Yeah, I got the big board.
Is that one of the Chumbo flat deck, that big rhino chaser you've got there?
Yeah, one of them is. One of them's a flat deck, and the other one is a lorry towner.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I've got my tow board, Dill's a tow board, and all the other boards are chilies.
Okay.
Yeah. Young James looks after me with the chili boards, and Dill looks after me with the boards too,
Yeah.
So I play them off on each other sometimes. I go, fuck, because Chili's looked after me from day one,
Okay.
And sometimes, it might take a few extra weeks to get the boards, I said, fuck, I'm going over the road to Dill anyway. So
Do you ever go on any sessions with Dylan?
Mate, all the time.
He's such a good dude.
He's the best. He's like me. We just full on, we're like kid brains. You know what I mean? We've always got the kids with us too. And mate, when I got out, I teamed up with Dill literally off the bat.
I could just tell you two would just be such a good combination.
But me and Dill surfed for years prior when we were in Hawaii. Because he was all Billabong, so they'd stay at my mate's house at Johnny Theodore's at Sunset, and I met Johnny when I was in Europe, and he told me he just bought the house. So when I come to Hawaii, I bumped into Johnny at the supermarket at Foodlands. He goes, mate, I'll stay at Mark Foods. He goes, mate, fucking mate, come. And he goes, mate, I went, unbelievable. Went up, checked the joint out. It was insane. He literally got it all furnished. Mate, I was the first person in there. And then Dylan, that were all come, and all the young Billabong crew and some of the Quicksilver heads would stay there and stuff. So I always surfed with Dill then, but obviously I went on my path and he went on charging fucking 70-foot Nazare and chopes and stuff.
Well,
and
he's been on the podcast twice.
Okay.
And he's told those stories about getting, a 50-foot Nazare bomb on the head. Yeah. He actually gave me a photo. Someone captured a photo of him one day.
Yeah, you see that? He's like a little dot.
And he's just a dot. There's this wall of whitewater that's 3 or 4 stories high.
He's the
best.
It's
insane. I can't find the photo anywhere for the life of me. Dylan, if you're out there, can you send it back to me? Yeah, it was the most insane photo. I don't think it ever made it in a magazine or anything, but...
Oh, yeah, he's good value, Dylan. That's why... he always, like, just now that he went over the Canary, he goes, mate, I said, I can't come. He goes, mate, I'll come here. I said, I can't travel still. So I still got 3 years parole, or 2 years, 9 months parole left.
Well, what does that mean? You can't leave the state?
Yes, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the boundary, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
and you can't obviously go overseas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they want you to stay in work and stuff so they can keep an eye on you. They want to come and check, or you want to call you in for a urine, whatever it may
Gotcha.
be. You know? So, but like I haven't, because of COVID, I haven't gone in there. So they'll ring me like once every 6 months now.
Yeah.
Because mate, they know that I'm helping people coming out. And shit,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
They see all that stuff, you know. So
Where do you reckon your first overseas destination will be?
fuck, I'd like to go Hawaii, but I don't think I can't go back to those places, you know, obviously. But the
Bali? Indo?
Bali's
Indo?
Indo, it's going to be fun. You know, I text Johnny Maroubra.
Okay.
You know, Johnny.
I don't know him personally.
Oh, he's the best, Johnny.
Yeah.
Fuck, he's been up in the Mentau. He's 100 years, the bug. Because he's originally from Bondi.
Gotcha.
So he's got, what's his boat called? Fuck. Oh, my God. I can't forget. It means the same.
No, not the pelagic.
No,
That's an old one.
I mean, he's had the boat since day one. Like, I can't even...
Oh, not the Baron Joey.
Baron Joey.
Yeah.
The Baron Joey. Mate, he's the best. So I texted him and said, listen, there might be a window because Chile wants me to go over and run part of his surfboard factory over in Bali. So like, so I said, mate, so I can still run my gig here with the boys. All I need is a phone. I can mate. So my parole officer's all for it.
Sweet.
All for it. But then she's left, right? So she's gone to Long Bay to work. So she went there, and I've got another parole officer, right? But it went higher up the chains to some other lady. Mate, when I told her, because I filled it in the forms, I've gave them everything that they need to do for where I'm working and where I'll be living, everything. Chile's done everything, right? So we just, like everything's all above board, and the bosses said, mate, I won't have someone like you coming in and out of our borders, mate. Just was just so hardcore. I was the whole time on the phone. I was going, wow, like because she was just so like negative.
Yeah.
And so I text Johnny, because my other parole officer was saying yes. I text Johnny Maroubra from the bar. I said, I'm coming in hot. What did I say? I'm coming in... what did I say? I'm coming in hot, heavy and hard, Johnny. I'm coming in. He's going, oh, mate, where are you coming from? Because we and him get on like a house on fire. And I said, oh, you're coming in heavy, hot and hard. I said, you know. And then all of a sudden I had to ring him back, text him 2 weeks later. I went, oh, hi, John, I've got some bad news. I said, I ain't going anywhere. I said, this thing ain't letting me go anywhere.
Yeah.
And she goes, you know, it is what it is. You know, I'm out. I'm walking the streets, I'm working, I'm surfing.
But how good is it? You're in your early 50s and your body's still working good. You know, you got to use it while your body still works, you know?
100%. Was it move it or lose it?
Move it or lose it, you know? And like that's like the byproduct of all the fitness and all the hard work you've done over the last decade or whatever. It's super inspiring, man.
Thank you, mate.
What a life you've led so far. I feel like it's just getting better. Like it's just beginning now, hey?
Well, there's a few things in the pipeline now, but I won't, because I don't like to say anything because if it doesn't eventuate, you know what I mean? So
does it feel like a rebirth you've gone through?
Oh,
it's a full rebirth.
Mate, you know what? It's just these doors that are opening, you know, like the mate from Universal come down, he just was here for 5 days and done a thing, so he's looking at a book and then we're looking at like a mini-series and proper. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's just things were just going bang, 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 you know. So, and I spoke to Matt Nabel, who's the actor here. He's the best, and you know, and another like David Gingell, like you know, So like I spoke, and they said, "Listen, you know, rah," and like so, I'll always speak to those guys because that shit's out of my league, you know, all that TV, all that stuff, you know. So man, there's big things. It's big, but if they come through, fantastic. If they don't, they don't. You know what I mean? So I'm not going on. I'm not going. Yeah, it's if it happens, it happens.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But the ball is actually rolling. So the book is in process right now, and then we've already sent a little thing to Matty Nabel, and he goes, mate, I'm all for it. He goes, I'm all for this, you know. So mate, you know. So who knows, you know?
It's a good story.
Yeah. So.
Oh, listen, man. Let's leave it there, dude.
Right,
it was such a privilege.
Absolute honour.
It's an honour. Knuckles, brother.
Boom, baby. Boom.
Just hang on there for a sec. Thanks, Pete.